So hello everyone. Today I'll be focusing on the real-time PayLogic. It's an operational control automation, clarity and efficiency for your payroll systems. So what we'll be doing here is automating and extending your payroll with simple code. And real-time PayLogic will be running under the Google Workspace platform that we have engineered ourselves under the data division. And it's under a simple Google Workspace ecosystem, and it's very, very fast. As you can see on the brochure here, these are our key aspects of control. So the modules we will have are the attendance integration, where we will connect attendance data directly to payroll processing. There's the payroll engine, which automatically breaks down all the statutories and gets you the net pay calculation. There's the advance sheet, where we'll be tracking the employee salary advances and deductions, the automated pay slips, which is very fast, and it will make your work very efficient. This is actually the main part that you guys should be ready to see. Then there's the master role data, which is a centralized employee payroll management. Operational advantages, of course, are your payroll will be significant. It will be fast, of course. Manual spreadsheet errors will be removed. So this is a good product that will help you speed up time. On the other part, why you choose to work with us is that we'll automate everything. And I know each one of you wants their business to run very fast in terms of administrative duties. So that is one key aspect that you'll save on. And then there's it shouldn't be stressful anyway. So that is why we built this product for you guys. So I'll go straight into presenting whatever we have. So this part is very key, and I'll go to the menu module first. These are our handles. You can reach us out at any time. Just go to your Instagram, type in the handle and you'll find us. If you want to have a chat with us on WhatsApp, just go to the number. You can send a direct email real quick there. And real-time tech is quite big. We handle other projects, but for now we'll focus on this one, which is the payroll. So on the menu section, there's a breakdown of all the modules that you'll receive. There's the README section, the input sheet, staff database, and the attendance, the payroll itself, the pay slips, the payroll for probation. If you have employees who are still on probation, you haven't yet fully onboarded them. Mostly, okay, in terms of the Kenyan way, it's mostly 3 months, but it can be extended. So that will be for use of such employees. There's the master role print, the payroll analysis, and then the payroll analysis departmental, bank transfer details, NHIF, PAYE, NSSF, and then the affordable housing levy. So straight into it, we'll go to the staff database, where I have populated it with some data. So what you should know is that this data is just for test purposes. So this is purely not another company's data or anything of the sort. So you shouldn't be worried if you onboard us to do your payroll. Your data is very, very safe. So on this sheet, you will just get a breakdown of your staff full names, the staff number, the phone numbers, date of birth, DOE. It's kind of like a bio sheet, but quite advanced. So there's a department whereby there's a drop down for that section. You can clearly select the department the employee is in. There's the status, is the employee active, or are they a former employee? So if they're a former employee, you just click on there, you just say it's a former employee. But for now, I'll leave it at active. So the placement I was talking about, they can either be on the payroll. These are like the employees who've already been confirmed and are now under contract and maybe permanent also in the company. So there's a section for probation. You can select that. Then there's the payroll section. So this is very, very easy. Drop downs make the work very simple. And you can either say they are permanent or contract, depending on the agreement you have, the ID number, KRA pins, NSSF, the shift number. And then here is a breakdown of the gross salaries. So this automatically picks up the basic and the house allowance. So those are the key features we'll be using. So if I say John Doe is, let me just freeze the column here so that you can clearly see whatever happens. So if I say John Doe earns like, let's say 150,000, and press enter, the sheet will automatically break down the basic and the house allowance, which is 15% of the basic salary or the house allowance. So as you go further, you can choose the bank name. This can actually be customized based on what you want. So don't need to worry about that. So the number of banks that we normally use in Kenya, there they are. There's the cooperative bank, I&M. So depending on what the employee uses, you can just select the branch, the account number, the bank, then the basic salary. This is for reference, but you can just hide it. So up with that module, now we'll go to the attendance module. This is actually very key. This is where you'll be logging in your staff's attendance data. So I know some of you use things like CRMs, the biometric controls. So when you pull the report, you can actually connect it to this attendance module that will go to the payroll module that will now connect to the payslips automatically, making your work very fast and easy. So in the attendance module, there's a breakdown of all the employee names. The biodata is ideally captured. For this, you can hide it by toggling this minus sign up here. So you have the month. So you can clearly change the month whereby the payroll is running. For this instance, we have March, so we'll select March. This is an example. So March has 31 days, as you can see. And if you want me to be running this for you on a monthly basis, we can actually be doing that and it will work efficiently. So on this upper part, there are overtimes because I understand some companies, some employees actually do work on an overtime basis at times. So there's a provision if you pay, maybe if you pay earlier than maybe the 1st or 5th, there's a provision where you can use to carry forward all the overtimes from the previous month. So if it's February, you will clearly close your payroll at around 28th. Some companies close at around 28th. So your employees will be paid at that specific date. So you will have to carry forward you'll have to carry forward the overtimes that have been accrued after the pay date. So this is a section that you can use for that. You can clearly click the minus sign if you don't use it, and you can click the plus sign if you use it. So afterwards, there's a section now breaking down each and every day. And on this section, this is where it gets interesting. Each and every date has a clear breakdown of whatever the employee does. So I'll make you understand this from this other angle on the input sheet. So on the input sheet, P represents present, and what that means is that the employee is at work on time and as scheduled. PL means present but late. It means the employee comes to work but arrived later than the scheduled time. AL is authorized leave or annual leave, and that is a planned absence from work that has been approved in advance. So that is marked by AL. There's the CL, which is the compassionate leave, and you ideally understand what compassionate leave is out for official duty. PH, which is a public holiday. Weekly off, covered with the WO. A is absence without information. That means the employee hasn't informed anybody of their absence. There's the EA. that is absence due to emergency, SL, sick leave, ML, maternity leave, FL, paternity leave. 0.5P is half a day. 0.5 SL is half sick leave. SL is sick leave that runs continuously. So these are some of the breakdowns we have, but this can be customized based off whatever you want. So let's go back to the attendance module, whereby I'll be showing you how addition of each and every acronym or those short forms. If you, let's say, John Doe on the 2nd of April was absent. So if you click A, the payroll will clearly reduce the number of days the employee was at work. But if you say P, that means he was present on the 2nd day of March. You will clearly get an increase of the total present days. There's a section for AL, which is an annual leave. So when you click on leave, it will clearly indicate that the employee was out for annual leave on one setup date on the month. So if you select another aspect, let's say fatherly leave or paternity leave, the FL, the total paternity leave days will automatically come here. So if you select an aspect like ML, maternity leave, ideally it will clearly indicate that the employee was on maternity leave for this much days. So if you add up another day for maternity leave, the days will clearly go high based on the number of entries you put on the attendance section. Another aspect you need to know is on the overtimes. So if you carry forward your overtimes on setup dates, the normal dates, it will go to the overtimes 1.5, whereby, let me give you an example. On 5th Thursday, John Doe had maybe 5 hours of overtime. So when you clearly indicate 5 hours of overtime, it will go to the overtime 1.5 section. So if you have an employee working over a holiday or a weekend, the system is clearly customized to go a notch higher and place the overtimes to 2.0. You understand how the rates work in Kenya. So if I say on 8th, which is a Sunday for the month of March, I key in 5 hours, the entry will automatically add up to the total overtime hours 2.0. So that is another aspect that you should know, and this is clearly automated. So we'll now go into the payroll section straight. This is now where the statutories will be broken down, and you will have a clear representation of all the employees' data. So the name will come up automatically based on how you add them up on the staff database sheet. So we go to Mary Christine. Mary Christine is an employee who's under site department, and a national ID is clearly indicated there. The NSSF number, KRA PIN, SHA number. So what you should clearly understand here is that the sheet will automatically carry the figures that you input on the staff database sheet, clearly broken down about whatever amount you put in. So for Mary Christine, the gross is clearly indicated there. I can put in another figure whereby, let's say, Mary Christine earns 100,000 Kenya shillings. And after we input that, there will be a clear change that will come up on the payroll section. So when you come up here, you'll see that the basic and house allowance will clearly be changed. So a clear indication of automation, this is 100. And if I put another figure, let's say I change this to 200,000, and press enter. When I go to the payroll section, it will clearly break it down based off the figures I input on the master sheet or the master data. So moving forward, there's a breakdown for the PAYE, NSSF, NHIF, and the housing levy clearly broken down. The section for the deductions such as salary advance, help, and other deductions. So what this leaves us is with the final net. And in case you have leave encashment, that is you pay off employees their encashed days. If they don't fully utilize their days, you clearly add up the leave encashment. So that will be handled by the gross salary payable, which will lead us to get the final net. On another breakdown, we have the bank account details broken down. This will be used by the accounts department to clearly populate the sheet. They will send out to the bank to send the funds automatically to the employees. So this is a section, an add-on that is controlled by the staff database also. So that is the breakdown on the payroll section. Now on the payslips, which are actually automated, this is a whole list that can manage up to 100 employees plus. So even if you have a database of 1,000 employees, 150, 10 employees, this system manages all the breakdowns clearly. And we'll go straight to the pay slips section, where I'll break down how the statutories will be broken down into the various sections. We have the net gross amount, total deductions, and the net pay. So that is where I will break down the speed aspect, where we will not have to have a lot of stress while breaking down all the payslips. So give me a few minutes to set things up. So on the payslip side, I will break down the automation and how it works. So this is clearly connected to the payroll side, whereby there's a name section, and on the name section, I have automated it to carry the list of all employees. So first, you double click on the name section, click on the name of the employee, let's say John Doe, and the payslips clearly auto-populate with the employee's information. So there's the ID number, the month, the basic amount, the house allowance, the net gross, the absent days the employee wasn't around, the leave, the overtimes 1.5, the overtimes 2.0. Gross amount will clearly be indicated there based off the additions on the payroll sheet, the deductions, the NSSF, the NHIF, PAYE, housing levy, advance, and other deductions. So after all this is broken down, you will have the net pay. Another feature that you will clearly love about this system is when you clearly indicate an amount. Let's say the employee took an advance of 10,000 Kenya shillings, and you press enter, it clearly automatically picks up the amount without you doing any hard work. So when you come on the second payslip, and let's select somebody like Mary Christine, it will automatically auto-populate with the information for that employee. So we clearly see that the employee earns a gross of net gross of 200, and after all the deductions, the total deductions, the net pay is 137,131, and back to the payroll section. And let's say the employee took other deduction, probably a loan of 50,000. When you press enter and go back to the payslip side, the amount will be clearly picked, and the effective net pay to be paid to the employee will be captured. On to the next sheet, whereby I'll be selecting another employee, let's say Oliver Quinn, and on the payroll section, Oliver has a gross payable of 27,993. On the pay slip section, this will be clearly broken down. So this will help you save on time. Now on the next module, which is the payroll analysis, this is where we will analyze whatever is paid out in terms of gross salary payable, the PAYE, NSSF, NHIF, housing levy, salary advances, and the help amount, other deductions, and leave encashment. So as the data is moving from the first payroll side, all the amounts will be summarized on the payroll analysis side, where you'll get the final amount the company will be paying out in terms of final net. So the payroll analyst can come and clearly see where these figures are coming from, who prepared it, checked by, this can be printed and signed off. Then on the last section that I'll be presenting for today is the payroll analysis departmental breakdown. So there is a drop down for that, and when you select the drop down here and select the specific departments, you will get the specific gross salary payables, the PAYE, NSSF, NHIF allocated per department. So this can clearly help managers to make decisions straight up concerning amounts that will be paid out. So if you select another department, let's say the electrical engineering department, these are the figures that will be auto-populated based off the figures on the payroll and all the breakdowns. So payroll analysis departmental is a bit fast and a bit engineered to make analysis and make decisions real quick based off department breakdowns. So if you select another department, let's say the hospitality, you'll see the clear breakdown. Other departments such as the marketing, those are the clear breakdowns. Production, clearly these are the breakdowns. So this is what you will be getting from the PayLogic, which will help you to minimize on stress and save on time. So you can reach out so that we can set up the system for you, or a clear link will be set up on the description. You can download and give us a call so that we can set it up for you.